Remember what's happening? Oh no, not another substory.
Huh?
Get real, you leech! Huh? What's all this then? Screw your little sales tax! You want us to pay a tax every time we buy something, you bloodsuckers? You'll bleed the whole country dry! I understand, your anger is justified, but it's a necessary evil for the sake of the nation's people!
Huh?
Get stuffed. You gotta pay sales tax on that fancy suit that you're wearing, you damn bureaucrat. This act's only made to keep the common people down. Yeah, you vulture. The younger guy's sure taking some heat over some kind of tax issue. This is my lucky day to run into the son of a bitch bureaucrat trying to spring sale tax on us all alone in a back alley, no less. I don't like your tone, sir. I represent the voice of the general populace, and I'm here to tell you we're fucking pissed. Yeah, why don't we give you a little taste of public opinion, then you'll know what oppression feels like. Please, calm down, violence isn't the answer. Don't do this. Oh, what's about to boil over?
Huh?
Down! Got it, asshole! Hey, fellas, let's tone it down. No sense ganging up on one guy. Have a little pride, eh? Hey, you don't know this cockroach is, do you? It's the pencil-pushing dickwad that came up with the sales tax. Sales tax? Why don't you watch the news? It's a new tax they're gonna start charging next year. Every time you buy something, they're gonna charge you 3% more. 3%? Actually, that's not so bad. Well, I guess compared to the US, it's not really that bad. That's highway robbery! Oh, I about lost it for a second there. I totally understand why you pissed you off, but beating this guy to a pulp isn't gonna make sales tax go away, is it?
Huh?
Who gives a shit? The government needs to know the people think of their shit policies in a way to understand. Direct action! Yeah! Power to the people! You ain't part of the solution, you're part of the problem. You want to stick up for the mosquito, then we'll show you the power of the masses too. So what you're really after is blowing off steam. Sure. See how far that gets you with me. Prepare for the revolution! I'm sorry, I was out of line. It won't happen again. Public outrage sure fizzles fast. I thank you for stepping in. Those people were out for blood. I'm Taiyo Matsuzato. Taiyo as in the sun, if I may. Can I buy you a drink as thanks? It's a good name. I'm Majima. No need for any thanks, though.
Yeah.
Oh no, I absolutely insist. Sounds like you got your work cut out for you, though. Some kind of political big shot? Well, I don't have much in the way of rank or power, but I am in a position to help steer the country. I come to Sultan Board for a conference on taxation policy, but I wasn't prepared to face the public about it. You're driving a tank called the government. Even if you're careful, people are gonna be pissed when you steamroll them. You're trying to make this country the better place to live, right? You gotta take some pride in that. You really think so? I knew people would be unhappy with the new tax, but only on a logical level. I saw how emotional they got about it. Well, it was daunting. They find out the sale tax is only tip of the iceberg. There are more taxes on the way. I need to think how the people were to react.
何やて
What? More taxes on top of the sales tax?
ええ
Macho must have to break something. I'm considering many more effective ways of generating revenue streams. In fact, at tomorrow's conference, I have to give a talk on some of those proposals. But so, well, I guess everyone making such good money these days, I can't fault the government for wanting to get their hands on the pie.
ええ
Yes, but as you see firsthand, we have to consider public opinion. I wonder if I can really come up with a tax policy that everyone could live with. Good luck with that. Even if throwing cash into the fireplace, nobody wants the government to hold out its hand. Yeah, that's where I'm stuck. Still haven't found the right balance, and I'm a little lost at the moment. Well, I can't say I understand a lick of what you're trying to do, but take care of the country for us, right?
Eh?
Wait! Machima-san, can you help me just once more? Don't ask me to draft up a tax law for you, please.
いえ
Get your views on tax. Ugh. I know less than nothing on the subject of taxes. Yeah, it's not like they teach economics in school. I just had this idea. Perhaps someone who is completely ignorant of taxation can offer an entirely different perspective. Think. Please, Machima-san, it's no exaggeration. The fate of this country rests on his shoulder. That's a heavy weight to rest on someone's shoulders there, buddy. Will you give me advice on taxation policy? I guess. Okay, you win. Let's talk some taxes. Thank you. Your insight will be invaluable. This is hardly a place for it. Can we go somewhere more appropriate? Sure, lead the way. I better keep in mind, I don't know the first thing about tax policy. Don't expect much from me.
ええ
No, that's exactly why I asked you. I know you have some unique insights, not bound by typical conventions. So you're basically hoping to strike gold in a copper mine? Well, let's just make sure you're not completely in the dark with a basic question. Now I have to answer a quiz. Bureaucrats. Ugh. You know why the government collects taxes from the people? To keep the people down. Provide public services to collect on our debts. Provide public services. Yes, that's exactly right. Sorry for asking such a basic question. Just as you said, Machima-san, taxes are collected mainly for providing public services. Mainly. Education, medical care, police, fire department, and so much more paid by the taxes. They pay for services that people need to survive. Yeah, I gotta build roads and bridges, keep them in working order, right? There's more to it than that.
はい
Exactly. They also serve other purposes that pertains to general wealth, but we don't need to go into that much detail. Like I said, there's a whole lot I don't know. Oh, but aren't you interested in where your money goes? It's always good to know more about taxes. Yeah, I'm getting a proper schooling here. Let's shift to the main theme. If you were in a position of collecting taxes from the people, what would you tax? I don't know what Sato-san is. Adult entertainment or tobacco? Adult entertainment or tobacco? Adult entertainment or tobacco? Tobacco. I'm going to charge taxes on tobacco. Tobacco, you say? Interesting. There's a government monopoly in tobacco products ended 3 years ago. There actually has been a small tax on tobacco products. I mean, I smoke myself, so I don't really want to pay a tax on them, but I suppose they're non-essential. Please don't put a tax on adult entertainment. I work there. Well, Machima. If you're going to jack up taxes, the non-essential stuff you start with. People might even be more likely to understand a tax on smokes, right? See, a tobacco tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pack's around 200 now. People will bitch and moan, but I think they'll still fork over 300. See, interesting. At the 400 mark, though, I think I'd have a long, hard think about each pack being worth it. At that point, I'd consider cutting back on my intake, too. What about 500 a pack? I'd probably quit. Cold turkey. We'd have 500, but if we raise it incrementally... Started muttering all of a sudden. That's one way to get people to stop smoking. To a degree. Just you would have potential for taxation. Something that's closely tied to everyday living would have the best potential. Tax tied to everyday living, huh? Pretty shrewd. Air, pets, and gasoline. Can't put a tax on air. Not yet, anyway. Pets? Maybe not. Gasoline. What about jacking up the tax on gasoline? Imagine about being an economics expert over here. A gasoline tax. Why not? People with cars are obviously living it up here. Why not skim on a little more off the top? The price of gas is dependent on the cost of petroleum, so the people have experienced hikes before. They should be used to price creep, actually. Also a provision tariff on the gas tax. Yes, there's certainly room to raise taxes without too much notice.
Good.
Hey, while the muttering. Not feeling that one either? Oh, no, far from it. I think it's a fantastic idea. I will definitely follow up on it. Oh, good to hear. Majima-san, anything else? Do you have anything else to say on the matter of taxation? Anything else about taxation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Well, I was thinking about that sales tax those goofballs were all riled up about. Yes? So next year, we gotta start paying 3% on top of everything we buy, right?
Hey.
Yes, that's how it works. Well, why stop at 3%? Sure, you can go in at that rate, but wouldn't you get more if you bumped it up?
Eh?
That would be impossible. Majima-san, you saw what happened. Just the 3% tax caused so much outrage, people wanted to tear me apart. To charge more would probably end in open revolt.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dio-chan, you ain't thinking. People are pissed because you sprang a new thing on them and had to turtle up. And you had to turtle up. You gotta think about the long game. Let's start it at like 2. Familiarity's a scary thing, my friend. Sure, people are bitching and moaning about the shiny new tax, but once it becomes a regular part of life, they'll move on to the next thing to bitch and moan about. That's when you start gradually turning the screws. Every time you hike it up a little, you'll get some more blubbering. They won't be screaming bloody murder like the first time you introduced the tax. Wanna know why? Because they'll be used to getting screwed. If something they've already accepted gets a little worse, it's just the facts of life doing what they do. So if you want to pull in the cash, you gotta have a plan to really amp up that sales tax. Majima-san, I'm getting goosebumps. And I think you're terrifying, actually. Are you even on this earth? You really want to know? No, not really. And if the sales tax were to be raised, how do you think it should go? How should it go? Well, you're starting at 3%, right? Let me see here. 50%! No. 8%? No, too high. 5%.
Yeah.
Maybe around 5%. See, 5%. Yes, considering the burden it represents to the people, it sounds appropriate. I get the feeling that would only be a temporary solution. So, I was thinking what I'd be comfortable with. Personally, I'd be pretty pissed if it went higher. Maybe around the initial 3%. 5%, waited a little longer, then hiked it up to the proposed 8%, and eventually would... Enough with the muttering under your breath, Dio-chan. Oh, sorry, was lost in my thoughts. Majima-san, I'm glad I took the time to speak with you. You're a wealth of ideas. Yeah, glad I was useful. Useful doesn't begin to describe it. Please, take this. It's just a token of my thanks. You got some ashwood. I'm not sure what that's used for. It could be a material. I need to get back to the hotel and prepare my presentation for the tax conference tomorrow. Attaboy, do your country proud, you hear? Will do, Majima-san. I'll be sure to work in your advice. See you. Phew. Never figured I'd be in a position to give a guy in the business running our country advice. Dio-chan seems to get a handle on how to go about jacking up taxes, too. Good for him. Wait, jacking up taxes? Did I just... If taxes go up, is it my fault? Yes. Yes, it is. No way.